Good day, students! So last time we discussed all about the spring silkworms by Mao Dun. For today, we will be continuing our discussion, but first, let's recall the events that happened in the story. First question. What economic challenges do the villagers face in the story, and how do these challenges affect their lives and decisions? What's your answer? That's right. So the villagers face falling silk prices due to market oversupply and foreign competition. And despite their hard work, they earn very little or even incur losses. So these economic hardships led them into deeper debt, but many, like all Dongbao, continue raising silkworms out of tradition, hope, and showing their struggle between survival and cultural continuity. Second, how does the story reflect the impact of modernization and foreign influence on traditional rural livelihoods? So the answer is the story illustrates how foreign imported silkworm eggs in global market changes disrupt the villagers' traditional silk production. So here, in the story, local producers like Dongbao cannot compete with cheaper and more efficient foreign alternatives, highlighting the vulnerability of rural communities to external economic forces. Last question. Why is the main character's decision to continue raising silkworms significant despite the financial losses? What does it reveal about his values or beliefs? So the main character are Dongbao together with his sons. So the answer is, all Dongbao's decisions show his deep attachment to tradition and belief in hard work and perseverance. So it reflects a strong cultural identity and resistance to change even in the face of economic failure, symbolizing that older generations struggle to adapt to a modernizing world. So now that we've recalled the events in Spring Silkworm, let's talk about why this story was written and what was happening in the country or in the China in particular during that time. So because understanding the real life events behind the story helps us appreciate it more deeply. So let's start with the brief historical context of the story. So as you can see, here is the writer. The writer's name is Mao Dun. So this picture is taken during 1896. So most of Mao Dun's stories were inspired by the big political problems and changes happening in China during the early 1900s. So, to better understand spring silkworm or yung diniscuss nating story last time, which is one of the best and the most important stories, it helped to know what was happening in China at that time. So, let's start. So, you read it silently. So the story was published in 1933, just 1 year after the Shanghai incident. Diba yung Shanghai incident was recalled in the story Silkworm. So when the Japanese and the Chinese soldiers fought in Shanghai from January to May. So imagine ang tagal nung war between Japanese and the Chinese soldier in Shanghai. So for more than 10 years, Japan, along with Western countries, had been trying to get better deals to sell their products in China. So all of the other countries are trying its best, or they are trying to sell their products in China. However, so many Chinese people refused to buy Japanese products, and this often led to fights and violence. So in January 1932, a group of Chinese attacked Japanese Buddhist monks. So in response, Japanese agents stirred up protests that turns into months of fighting. So yun yung Shanghai War. So Mao Zedong refers to this in his story as a war. So the incident made the world start to support China instead of Japan, and it was a warning of the even worse events that would happen between the two countries later on. So Spring Silkworm is Mao Zedong's creative way of responding to this event. So in the story, diba, he also includes one of his usual themes, yung criticizing old-fashioned Chinese way of thinking and living. So now that we've talked about the historical background of Spring Silkworm, let's take it a step further. So let's see how we can use that history to help better understand the story itself. And this is what we call analyzing literary text using historical context. So, but first, let's define historical context. So, historical context deals with details that surround an occurrence. So, in more technical term, historical context refers to the social, religious, economic, and political condition that existed during a certain time and place. Okay? So, hindi lang siya all about history. So, meron siyang social, religious, economic, and political condition. So in other words, when we say historical context, so this is the background of the story where the things that were happening in real life during the time the story was written. Without this background, the story and its character might not make as much sense or feeling as meaningful. So this includes what people believe, how they live, what kind of government they had, their religion, their jobs, and the problem they faced in the society. So all of these things help us understand why characters act the way they do and what the author is trying to say. So basically, sa Tagalog, pag sinabi nating historical context, this is all the details that is happening in the story, no? Refers to the social, religious, economic, and political condition that existed during a certain time and place. So, kung kailan nangyari or kung kailan sinulat yung story, doon natin pwedeng tingnan kung ano yung historical context niya. Kung ano ba yung nangyayari during that time at that particular place, similar to the story. Ayan. So, ayan nga po. Basically, it is all the details of the time and place in which a situation or yung story occurs or happens. Kung kailan sinulat yung story, ano ba yung mga nangyari during that time. So, why do you think we need to analyze literary text using the historical context? So, nandito na yung sagot. Because it will enable us to interpret and analyze works or events of the past. So, para mas maintindihan natin bakit ganun yung acting ni character, bakit ganun yung decision-making ni character, kasi we will look or we will dig deeper doon sa details nung time and place kung kailan sinulat yung story. Ayan. So, in literature, a strong understanding of historical context behind the work creation can give us a better understanding of and appreciation for the character. So, mas maiintindihan kasi natin. Katulad nung nangyari, kung bakit maiintindihan natin, 'di ba? Kung bakit hirap na hirap yung mga tao like Tung Bao during that time, during sa story natin na Spring Silkworm, bakit sila nahihirapang ibenta. So, di ba kung babasahin natin yung brief context, meron pala kasing giyera nang nangyari during that time and that resulted dun sa hirap na silang maibenta yung kanilang na-harvest na silks. So, in simple terms, context is what helps us understand the meaning behind the details. So, it gives us the bigger picture But remember, si context ay iba kay cause. Okay? So, when we say cause, it is what makes something happen. Bakit nangyari ito? Anong nag-cause? Anong dahilan? When we say context naman, this is the situation or the setting kung saan nangyari yung cause. Okay? So, magkaiba si cause at si context. Okay, now a historical reading of the text requires going back to the historical events that shape the development of the story. So, kailangan nating balikan ano-ano ba yung mga events that happened during the development of the story. Okay, so babalikan natin. Say for example, kung yung story ay nasulat noong 1900 sa China, para malaman natin yung historical context niya, we need to read works or articles na nagpapakita ng events or kung ano yung mga nangyari during the 1900s in China for us to understand the story better. So one way of doing that is by using the local color. So when we say local color, it is a term applied to fiction or verse which emphasizes its setting. So being concerned with the character of a district or of an era as marked by its customs, dialects, costume, landscape, or other peculiarities that have escaped standardizing cultural influence. So moreover, pag sinabi nating local color, pwede rin siyang customs, traditions, or dresses. So anything na particular during that era or during that time. So katulad nung sa story natin na Spring Silkworm, so ano yung local color doon? So merong war. Okay? And also meron dong ano pa, pwede nating sabihin na the industry during that time is silk. Kaya maraming nag-aalaga ng silkworm. So that can be an example of a local culture. Now, for your activity today, so you have to read about business practices and history of the early 20th century China. So take note, ang aalamin nyo, magbabasa kayo all about yung mga business practices and history during the 20th century in China. And then, ililista nyo siya dito. Like this in our example. Okay? Para siyang map. Ganyan. Sunod-sunod. Okay? So, you will do this in your notebook in English and we will check it tomorrow. Okay? So, that's all. Good day.